Hi, in this session we shall discuss the purposes and criticisms of derivative markets. Derivatives have three main purposes. They help in risk management, they provide price information, and they help to reduce transaction costs. To begin with, let us understand risk management. Let us say, for example, you want to buy 500 tons of wheat, but you want to buy this 500 tons of wheat 1 month later. So 1 month later, but the price now is $1,000, but you're afraid that the price in future would be around, say, $1,500. So you're not aware, you're not very sure whether the price would stay at $1,000. There is a very good chance it might go to $1,500 or maybe even higher. So you want to hedge yourselves against this fluctuations in price. Hence, you would get into a forward contract. Which would ensure a price of $1,000. So thereby you're certain of what amount you have to pay at the end of 1 month. This is known as risk management. Thereby here you are hedging against the unwanted or the unnecessary or the unknown risk. This is the main purpose of derivatives. The second purpose of derivatives is to provide price information. Derivatives usually help in understanding what is the market sentiment about the underlying assets. For example, let us say that most of the near month contracts. Now, what are near month contracts? Near month contracts are the contracts that expire, that have the shortest time to expiration. So now let's say most of the near month contract of stock, let's say FB, which is Facebook, have a contract price of $30. This means $30. This means that the entire market or most of the investors in the market are willing to pay $30 for Facebook by the end of this month. So that gives us a good picture of what would be the price of Facebook at the end of this month. So this is another purpose of derivative, wherein it helps to understand the price of the underlying asset. Another purpose of derivatives is that they reduce the transaction cost. Derivatives are a form of insurance, but if the insurance against price risk comes at a huge cost, then it would not be viable. But derivatives are highly leveraged and they help in reducing our transaction costs and price risk to a great extent. This is another important purpose of derivative. Now let us move on and understand the criticisms of derivative markets. There are three main criticisms of derivatives. The first one being that they are highly complex in nature. The main problem that many investors have with derivatives is they are not well aware or they're not able to comprehend how these derivatives functions. And it was this complexity of certain derivative instruments that led to the financial meltdown in 2008. So this is one major criticism of derivative. Another criticism of derivative is that they are highly leveraged and hence makes them really risky. For example, if you invest $10 in a particular derivative deal, it could be any sort of deal, there is very good chance that you might end up making $100 as profit if the market moves in your favor. But if the market moves against your favor in the same magnitude, you might end up losing $100, thereby wiping out your entire equity. This happened in 2008 during the recession. And finally, because of this risky and highly leveraged nature, people normally tag derivatives as legal gambling. This is a bit too harsh because derivatives do help in risk management, thereby, helping the markets to function much better. But even though derivatives have lots of benefits, people like Warren Buffett have tagged derivatives to be weapons of mass destruction. So that is a huge blemish on derivatives. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this session. We shall now test our understanding with a few questions. To begin with, let us see this question. Derivative markets serve a number of purposes, including all of the following, except which one? So we need to find out which of the following is not a purpose of derivatives. Derivatives, as we discussed, do help in price discovery. They help in improving market efficiency because they help in hedging or effective risk management. But they do not help in regulating the market. Regulating the market would be the job of regulators, not derivatives. Hence, this is the right answer. Next, which of the following is true about derivatives? They eliminate credit risk. Derivatives cannot help in eliminating credit risk because credit risk is completely dependent upon the counterparty. They eliminate price risk. Yes, they do. This is correct. But they eliminate default risk. Default risk is dependent on the willingness of the counterparty to pay, which is highly dependent upon the market price and the contract price. So this is also not quality of derivatives. Hence, the right answer here would be that they help in eliminating price risk. That brings us to the end of this session. Thank you.